Hi, Alfonso.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You?
Also well, thank you. It
How
is
is your private
becoming, the
island?
weather is becoming. You always say that. Yes, I know it's beautiful. It's the weather is becoming warmer again. So I mean, it's not that it's been super cold or anything, but it's been chillier than the summer, but it's now spring again. So yeah, everything is getting better.
Beautiful, beautiful. Sounds really great.
You should visit sometime.
I would love to. I would love to.
You should absolutely. But yeah, well, actually, I wanted to say the rain season is usually November, December, January, February. That's the rainiest season, but that's also the warmest time. So,
Oh.
but you can really come anytime. It's the weather is okay anytime.
Yeah, I forget that you're on the other half of the world where the seasons are
Well,
different.
no, technically, you are in the northern hemisphere. You are in the northern
Yes,
hemisphere. Yes,
yes.
I keep on thinking Mexico is in the southern hemisphere, but it's
No,
not. I don't know why I think that.
well, it's a U.S. conspiracy.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, they called themselves in the 19th century, they called themselves America. Okay. And America is the whole continent. So
Yes,
once they called themselves America, then they said America for the Americans themselves. And then they regionalized Central America and South America, which it
and
wasn't.
everything that is not US is automatically South America in everyone's minds.
Yes, yes, that's correct. But in fact, our commercial treaty of North America includes Canada,
Okay.
US, and Mexico. Mexico is part of North America.
Yes, the continent, North America. Yes, and
Yeah.
then
And
yes.
so that's one of the conspiracies are not new. They're not new to just the internet.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
No, but
I see, Christian, you are here, but we cannot see you. We cannot hear you. I feel
Sorry.
like it
So, no,
sounds.
no. Hello, sorry.
hello there.
I'm not sure why it was so difficult signing on today, but yeah, I am.
Because well, when Linux gets complicated, they do it well. That's everything they do.
Okay. I think we are in a good place. We are in a good place. Maybe we are in a position to drink tequila today.
Ah,
Let's
I,
let's
I
let's
don't have it.
see.
I should have brought it.
But I'll have to do. I have to drive home, but maybe the shop will still be open. So maybe I can just show you what we have now, and then you must tell me. Um, I'm just gonna share the whole desktop. I think that's the easiest. So what we have now is for all our ontologies, the HTML redirects correctly, and Alex and myself, Alex, thanks a lot for this. Let's say Alex fixed the script that created the HTML, because there were a few of the classes that he didn't show and some of the properties that he didn't show. But now it comes out very nicely. So just to show you that they all redirect correctly. So I just used our test server called data.xyz just to test them on, and they redirect correctly here. So there's IO, we had some trouble with that one. I think I just showed you Infocom claim ontology is there, and then impact ont also redirects. So far so good as far as that goes. Then can you see my RStudio here?
Yes.
Okay, I just I'll show that now. I just created a test script. Sorry, this is just easier to run interactively, or it's my home environment, you can say. So just to run the curl command with the header, with the accept statement in the header. So the idea is that when you say accept application ld.json, it must redirect to JSON-LD. And just to show you that it does that, there's the JSON. So that's for the IR ont. Also now with the correct address there. And then for turtle, it must have this terse triple format, which is this one. It also works. And then for RDF XML, it gives you the L. And then for text HTML, it gives you the HTML, and it also displays correctly. If you just call it from a browser, the browser basically does that. And then if you just do the default, it gives the L. And all of these things redirect. You have to say it must follow the links. Apparently that is the standard that you must, what's it, the 301 redirect? I can't remember the exact term, but there is a
303.
There is a convention, and in your curl statement you have to say, you have to have that L. And I tested all of them, and they all work. So that was for the IRO, and now for the claim ont, just to run through it in all its formats. So claim also works, and then impact. Sorry, there's a typo. Oh, it's because I said that. Let me just do that. So there's the HTML and the turtle. We had the turtle as well. There's the turtle, and then for the info, the same for that one, and the same for and the versioning. So remember now, we said it's important that if you build an application, you may want to lock it into a specific version so that it keeps on working, until so that our version updates don't break your things. So there you can specify with this question mark notation. You can specify the version, and then this one just defaults. Then it falls back. There isn't such a version per se, but it falls back to the default. So all of that is in place, and we are up to date with w3id.org, and we are one commit ahead. So we are in a position to submit a pull request. So for the four directories that we've created, we have the HT access file. Those are the ones that create the effects that I've just showed you. So those are the ones that specify that content negotiation,
Christian, I'm just a little bit, just to hang on. Is that, why is there only one HT access file? Or do we have like,
because you have to make it directly like IRO and put each one in there, and then
okay,
there's
so
one for
do we have one for impact on as well and
yes.
infocom as
So
well?
we have created
Okay,
directories.
okay.
We have created directories, for example, claim on should be there. There it is.
Okay.
And for each one of them, I created just a simple README file that just says what it is and just describes the redirection and just gives the place if you wanna submit the issue or something where you can do that. So we've got all of these things, and we are in a position to create a pull request with. We are basically
For each
ready
of them.
for it. Well, I've just thought about it. Actually, these are all in one. Do you think we should put them one by one? Maybe that's not a bad idea to put them one by one. I think, you know, I think
don't
we can.
understand how you mean.
I made one commit. I synchronized with them, and then I made one commit that contains the changes to the 4 files. That's why we are one commit.
For repositories. Okay. Okay.
No, well, you see, it's one repository because it's the W3 ID. Is like
that's
this,
the repository, the 4 directories, basically.
Yes, 4 directories in that repository. So for every namespace or every.
Oh, okay, so then it's one pull request. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just a quick question. Did I see in HT access test only the HT access file for the IR thing, for the IR ontology has been updated today. Did you have to make any changes? Did you update?
No,
Where did you get
I actually tested. They were all still the same.
They were all still the same. Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't. Okay,
yeah. You know, I actually, you know, I went through all of them, you know, at the same time. And what I've showed you now on Data Dudes is the sync of that. Basically, what I've showed you on
okay.
You know, in that so all of that is the latest version. So I think we are actually now at the place where we can do this.
Yes, maybe just one thing we do need to create the release branches for our ontologies now. Like a version 1.0 for I and a 1.0.0 for right?
Does that, okay, question, if we submit the W3 ID now,
it won't break anything.
It won't break anything. Let's just see what's going to happen when we release that. Let's just read through this thing and see what's we're going to have. We are not going to have that.
Yeah, but that's not a problem because there are fallback rules at the bottom that says if you don't specify a version, it's fine. I just thought, I mean, whether we open the pull request to W3 ID and then do the release branches, or whether we do it the other way around, it won't make any difference. It just feels to me like the right way to do it, like chronologically, but we can open the pull request.
Okay, if we're going to make the release branches, Well, there is only one version of each one now, and that's the one that's out there.
Yes.
But okay, if someone wants to, okay, I don't think someone's going to go into production in the next week. So,
We are,
yes,
Christian.
yes,
We
yes,
are for independent impact.
yes. You're right. You're right. Which means we will just have to do it basically at the same time. So let me just see where did my pull request go now? Okay, so let's see what it is. Okay, for this, for anthropogenic Nick.
You want to say ads for ontologies, for related ontologies. Ads for ontologies. Okay, anyways, yes. Ads for ontologies related to anthropogenic.
Oh, that's not a thing, that's a...
The part after, we should look professional, Christian. The part after the colon should go into the description.
Let me just do it like that.
Just make it a sentence. The four ontologies are IRO, impact, ont, infocomment.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to add a description here. Nick. Anthropogenic.
Impact accounting ontology.
Information / communication and
Information
communication.
communication. No. Information communication.
Oh.
The communication of information.
Yeah.
Not information and communication, or information or communication.
Yeah.
Information communication.
I'm just writing this in title case. Claim ontology.
Yes.
Well, that's that.
Karen, just scroll down a little bit. I just want to see the files.
8 files. So there's, for each one, there's a IOHT access.
Can you click on the, can you make them smaller as we go? Can you collapse them as we go through them? To the left. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, and with its README.
Okay.
And then the claim ont.
Okay.
With its README.
Okay.
Impact ont.
Okay.
Its README.
Stop, 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 stop. Okay.
And then infocom.
Okay. And it's readme.
And it's read.
Stop, 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 stop. Okay.
Okay, so shall we say create?
Yep.
There we go. No conflicts, that's good.
Yeah, they
And
will have to review from their side now.
yeah, okay, now it's
Jeez, look at that. We have pull request 5,320 to this repository, and there are 11 open. Let's just have a look at the 11 that are open, if you don't mind.
for example, were they submitted, when were they submitted? Okay, 1 hour ago, 4 hours ago, 3 weeks ago. That guy is 3 weeks, last month. Okay, but you can see there's action on these things. There's
Yeah, there
23
are action.
comments on it. So I mean, so basically 4 hours ago, and there's already activity.
Yeah, that's good.
That's nice.
Okay.
Raw Git is shutting down. Okay, and
Yeah,
we've
but
got
that's
that
fine.
already.
We are already using
We're
JS
already on
Deliver.
that. Yeah, we're already on that. Okay, well, I don't know what to do next. Oh, well, no, what we must do next is
The versioning.
the versioning.
Let,
Okay,
let me share something
okay.
most appropriate for this day. Today is the Independence Day, okay, from the Spanish crown in 1821. And it's a big
Okay.
party in Mexico. It's a big day. I live downtown, very, very near the main square. So there's a parade going outside, okay, with military bands, schools, a whole parade to celebrate this event. For me, it's celebrating this event.
Yay!
That's a nice one. Okay, excellent, excellent. Thank you, everybody. I mean, it took us a while, but I'm very happy that we got to this place.
So here comes a question that you're gonna love.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Is this ready to be used right now?
Yes, except
Yes.
we almost just give us 2 or 3 minutes. We just want to create the version branches for each of them.
So, okay. So
Christian,
I'm
do you
doing that
want me?
architecture with this PhD candidate, and he's learning a very esoteric subject called architecture. And so he's starting to come around the corner, understand what this is. And I mentioned this to him. And he was asking me about it, and we're not gonna in our architecture thing, we're not at the technical level, or at the solution level, we're having to dig down, but it's really important that we designate it part of the carbon accounting reference architecture. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Kristen, if you want, I can do the releases and share my screen while I do it.
Yes, please do.
All right. Just because I think.
Jeff, I think that the fact that we have this versioning set up also means that, you know, improvements and stuff that comes through for the testing, we have a way to handle that in an elegant way. That, you know, if we need to make a
Yeah, I'm getting, so last Tuesday, we had a global presentation on digital twins. And I don't know if any of you guys were in there because there were so many people
Yes, yes, in
on this thing.
yeah.
And so I don't know how many were on there, somewhere between 250 and
Yeah,
600
there
or
was a
something.
lot. There was a lot.
I had like a 5-minute description afterwards of what we're doing with our digital twin architecture. And so there's a slide I have that shows this data ontology in there. Well, I opened my big mouth and said we're going to do it, which we are at the end of October, do a whole presentation on this. And so it was on LinkedIn, and I'm getting flooded with requests for stuff, and I'm getting questions about the ontology. Where does it fit in this overall architecture? So it does, but I left it out because I don't want it seeping into your work then. Because our mentee was asking to contact you guys, and I took that task away from him. And so I said, let's just wait and see what the status is on everything right now. And so we can make it a black box in our architecture, or we could be more specific on how that data ontology meets the business data needs, especially on a digital twin. But we're kind of spinning around on that stuff. And so I told them, so let me talk to them first to make sure that they understand what reference architecture, you guys know what it is, but understanding that we're going to put this in.
Well, Jeff, I think we created it for something like that. Yes. So I think the test of usability and so forth is obviously a big one. But I mean, we have to. It will be great if we can start engaging on that. And with what we have here, I think it's our we are confident that we've taken it, let's say, as far as we can take it in a development environment. I think the interaction with users brings a new dimension to it, and that is part of the process. And myself and Alex, we have 2 weeks. We have literally 2 weeks before we.
It's less than 2 weeks. It's 12 days.
Ouch. We want to submit an application for a hackathon that will also use this. So we are at that point now. So it would be great if we can we can interact with him. Well, I think in this meeting is a good place. Because what we were thinking about next is to develop material around it, learning material around it, and a course around it. But I think that interaction with users is obviously for us also important. Well, in a sense, as we are users as well, but with other users, let's if he can attend.
He's in Pacific time, so he'll I can't remember if he's got class on Tuesdays. I'll find out.
Okay, but even if we have to even if we have to move the thing around a little bit for once, I don't think it's.
Well, it's a reference architecture, so we're looking at it in the sense that it is what it is, and everybody else has to fit it. So I have them on a very difficult part of our project called application architecture, which means all this data is pouring in calculations, storage methodologies, all this stuff. You're going to have simulation software you purchase from. I've been looking at AnyLogic, Simco, FlexSim. They don't have a data model. They don't have anything to do with emissions, which that's what our architecture is. And so we have all that floating around. And so storage models around smart contracts need a model to go after, especially if you're storing raw data and reportable data. So it's this ontology. And so when you look at what we're trying to do on a broad scale, company A is coming in and saying to Alfonso, we got this carbon tracking reporting requirement by this government, and we don't know what to do. And also we're trying to get to net zero. What do we do? And so let's go to Linux, and Linux says, aha. So we have an emissions network that ties into credits and reports emissions. We got a carbon reporting system. We have a digital twin that has data ontology called our name here, and that's part of the reference architecture. So this is how you do that. Here's these solutions. There's a whole solution to do this, these components. Now go at it. So get your architecture in and build it. So this is part of that now. The reference architecture is part of this, because there's this, maybe Alfonso knows, there's this mysterious group in the Linux world called, we're the Carbon Action Accounting SIG. There's also some carbon group. And I've been pinged by this woman, Karen, somebody, about this. I don't know who this group is in Linux. And so I've told her about the reference architectures and things. Oh, they'd like to see this. I don't know who the group is. I gotta talk to David Boswell. And so this will get lifted up into that whole thing.
There's a whole energy group in Linux.
Oh, is that where it's coming from? Oh,
Probably.
okay.
Okay. And they were in contact with the SIG at the beginning.
Ah, okay.
And they are the ones that represent the Linux Foundation at the COP meetings. And in fact, the previous chair had some arguments with them because the SIG wanted to be in one of the last COPs, and they finally allowed it. And so,
Oh, I remember. Sure, tell me about that. Yeah.
the two of them.
Yeah.
So that's where she might be coming from.
Okay. Well, I don't work for Linux, so she sent me a couple emails and said, "This, I really
Yes.
like what you guys are doing. Can I see your work?" And I said, "No."
Not yet.
Well, I said, "Not
But
yet."
now you
You
yeah.
can't even have
Well,
it in the current form. Get lost. Now, David, I think Boswell, he has a Linux Foundation user ID, so I assume he's employed by Linux.
He is.
Okay, because he has the keys to everything. So is Tomas. Okay.
David, Thomas, Rai, all of them. Karen Otoni. I don't know if that's
That's her. That's her.
Oh,
That's
no,
what was contacted.
Karen Otoni is something else.
That she's contacted me.
No, she might be part of the energy and the carbon. But
Okay.
Karen is part of LFDT. Okay. LFDT has a small team staff. There's Daniela as head. Okay. And then David is in charge of internal communities. Karen is in charge of external communities. Okay. That's the way LFDT works. And then
so everybody
Rai,
call
Thomas,
then.
and
Oh,
all
sorry.
those are coordinators, technical coordinators for the maintainers of all the frameworks and tools. And whatever.
So is this ontology, this is a question to you guys. So this talk that we're talking about is going to be about an hour and a half based on the interest, maybe longer. Do we put space in here for you guys to explain the data ontology?
When is this? I think the date is, for me, the date is quite important.
What is the date?
Yeah, yes, because I've got a very hectic 12 days ahead.
Oh no, we're talking we're talking end of October, beginning of November.
I think a short. I mean, it will be great if there's a no, if you say it's a long session, if there's a 10 minutes somewhere.
Okay.
10 minutes, quarter of an hour.
David Boswell is asking me for a date already. He wants to advertise this out there, and even though it's 2 months away, well, a month and a half. And so I said, hold on, I gotta talk to you guys, because make sure you're available on this, whatever date we pick. Because it's gonna go through Meetup again. So there's gonna be a lot of people on there. So Because I pushed them to say, we're not gonna do these stuff over the SIG Zoom, we're gonna do meetups. That's where you get hundreds of people, and so, okay, so I'll keep,
I'm going,
I'll come up with some dates and then send those to
Okay.
you guys, because if you're okay with just presenting the ontology, has there been a meetup or an LFTT thing on the ontology yet?
I
There
don't know,
has,
I
right?
don't think,
No, not
Oh, there
yet.
hasn't, okay, all right, so, that's fine. If we have things, we can talk, we can do our talk even at the end of November, so then we're out after that, so we'll pick a time.
Yeah,
You don't have to
that will be
detail
good
it.
for me. Yeah, that will be
Okay.
good for, I'm traveling the first week of November, I'm traveling, but towards the end is better for me.
Okay. Did we lose Alex? He's like framed. Oh no, you you look like he was. That's like a picture of you. You weren't even moving it.
Sorry,
Like
I
a
was.
profile. That
Yeah,
whoever wants to
it's
do the talk,
it's
all
fine.
three of you guys,
It's
I can
fine.
turn over to all three of you guys, whatever,
Yeah.
you know about it much better than I do, so I don't
Yeah,
want to trip
maybe
over
we'll
and cause more
Yeah, but
problems.
I did feel a little bit claustrophobic when Christian said 10 minutes. I think 15 minutes is more suitable for like
Yeah.
going through the 4 ontologies. So yeah.
Well, I think introducing, you can introduce them in that time.
Yeah.
I don't think you can work through the content in that time.
No.
Maybe at that point we'll have a bit clarity on the learning material and stuff like that, and then we may have something to
Yeah, they
point
definitely will
people
go
to.
after, they'll want to know what the GitHub is, and they'll want to go after those documents. I've seen this already, so
Yeah.
not those, but the stuff that I'm doing, is out in GitHub, and so it's all over, this, and anyway, okay.
I have no specific date,
Okay.
so you guys can choose.
Yeah.
And it would be like the same time, 10 AM Central Time US, so whatever zones you guys are in, assume that's okay.
That will be nice, yes.
Okay. Because we had people on that last
Yeah.
call from Australia, and we had Singapore, we had Poland, we had it all over the place. Zurich, a
It's
lot of
far
folks
from,
from Zurich,
we're on this, I think we're on
LFDT
this,
Zurich. Is
we're
it
on the
that big?
same, we're on the same time zone as Zurich, I think.
Okay,
But Australia is far. Alex, just tell us about the versioning thing.
Oh, I created all of them. Did you not see it?
I saw stuff move, but maybe you can just
Yeah,
tell
no,
me.
they have all been created. We are, hang on, let me go back there. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so for claim on impact on an infocom, we are on version 1.0.0. You shall see there we have version 1.0.0 for claim on. Version 1.0.0 for impact on. And version 1.0.0 for infocom. And then for the main one, Christian, you remember you and I tested the stuff. So we already had a version 1.0.0, and since then I have just added those labels today for all the classes and the properties. So it's a non-breaking change, which according to the major minor patch thing will be a patch. So I just created I published this now, today's version as 1.0.1. So yeah, we now have versions, published versions of all 4.
Okay. Isn't that
So
sweet?
now really we can have tequila and lime.
And the parade continues.
And the parade. You should send us pictures, Alfonso. Take pictures.
Holiday? Is it a holiday there?
Independence Day,
So it's a holiday, okay. Everybody's
Yes.
up at work and
yes.
Oh yeah. So obviously it's a public holiday.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Alfonso, you're working on a public holiday.
I am.
But we will release you now. I
I live just in front. I mean, they pass every year. No.
Actually, there is. So here in Mauritius, it's a very big. Well, most of the majority of the population is Hindu or Tamil, and there are many kovils and temples in the area. Well, everywhere, but so there's a temple right up from the street where I live. So in the street where I live, there's a temple, and then if you don't want to go to that temple, then you just turn left into a street that flows out of the street, and you get to a bigger, well, not a temple, a kavil. And I live right by a river, and water is very important in these Hindu and Tamil cultures. So I so very often see processions of Hindu or Tamil people either coming to the river to perform some rituals there or moving past to while they're on their way to the Kavil, whichever one. It's very I really enjoy it. It's very interesting.
Me too. And you're invited in 6 weeks. It's the Day of the Deaf.
Oh,
Mexico,
yes.
it's also very important. And I live by one of the arches of the city. There are only 3. And there is a procession of souls. And so they put altars in the streets from our house all the way to the cemetery. And so there's a procession of souls walking all the way to the cemetery. And then they come back with the cemetery souls. Okay, so it's another big party. And we open the house for friends, okay, even though people knock at the door and want to get in. And we have a dinner so that friends can have dinner here and then watch from the windows, watch the procession of souls. So it's
that's so cool. Have you ever
advantages of
participated in that
living in-
procession, Alfonso?
the advantages of living in the downtown, the real downtown. It's a real city.
Have you ever yourself
city?
participated in one of those processions?
Not in the procession itself, but I once walked from here, looking at all the altars and the sidewalks. I walked all the way to the cemetery and then back with them. Okay. But they dress up and they put makeup, so they look like skulls. And as they are very short here, we joke saying that they look like pandas.
The procession of the pandas.
The souls of us.
Alex, she didn't,
This
Alex,
guy's
she didn't
suspended.
ask the right question. The question, Alfonso, is did you ever participate in the parties afterwards?
Oh, that
No,
is.
the party is at home. The party is at home. The party is at home.
Forget the
He's
parade.
partying already. By the time the procession comes past his window, he's already partying.
You're invited. You're cordially invited.
Thank you, Alfonso.
End
Thanks,
of
Alfonso.
October, beginning of
Love to see
November.
that.
No. If I ever pass the
The Atlantic and the Caribbean. You have
Yes.
to cross 2 seas.
I'll have to stop by.
and,
So is that,
and the
is
Gulf
that
of
tied
Mexico.
to, is that tied to Christianity somehow?
The Day of the Deaf? No, it's pre-Columbian.
Oh,
It's pre-Columbian, and
Okay.
then the Christianity on top of it had the Day of
Okay.
All Saints,
that's what I'm thinking of.
the Day of All Saints. But it's an overposition on top of an ancient feast, which is the Day of the Deaf. Which
Because
is
the town I
pre-Columbian.
live in is 20 miles west of Chicago, downtown Chicago.
Plenty of
And,
Mexicans.
yeah, and so the town I live in, it's famous in Christianity. It has more real estate dedicated to churches within its boundaries than any other place in the United States. It's just churches everywhere, and so mostly Christian churches. So Wheaton has the famous Wheaton College,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is trying to get into Harvard. And all those famous evangelists come from there. So Christianity is huge where this town that I live in called Wheaton. But yeah, it still has that moniker. More of its land is dedicated to churches than any other place in the United States. So when I exercise, I pass 1, 5. So the little trail that I go on, I pass 6 churches. And on Sunday, they actually turned one of the park district scenes, they rent that out to another church, Christian church. There's all these different flavors of Christian churches, as you know, all over the place. So the more modern ones, and then the fundamental ones like Wheaton College. And so is Mexico one of the biggest Christian countries in the world?
Well, Latin America is it's a lot of Catholics.
Catholics, okay, yeah.
And recently there are more Christians, but it's mainly Catholic.
Okay.
So it's big real estate for the Vatican.
Yeah, Wheaton College is not Catholic, it's Christian, fundamental Christian. There's 2 Catholic churches, and the rest are all these different Christian missionary churches and nouveau churches, and wow, okay. All the things that's what I was thinking of. Okay.
Well, congratulations, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, Alfonso. Thank you, and thank you
Yay.
for everybody's
Independence Day.
contribution.
This is Independence Day. Okay, now we began. Now,
Wait, was this timed on
nation
purpose?
is beginning.
Yes.
Is this a coincidence?
So we are all going to party now.
Okay? But
Just a
Alfonso, now you must
coincidence.
tell me now, how do you do it? You must put where do you put the salt?
Yes.
I'm serious, I'm gonna.
Yeah, well, you put the salt in here, you see.
You should
Okay.
ask if Christian is your.
When you do this,
Yeah.
you get a little hole in your hand.
Yes,
And so you put the salt there,
yes,
okay? And then you have a lime cut in half or in
Okay.
quarters, whatever you want.
yeah,
And then you have the shot of tequila. So
okay,
you drink the tequila first.
okay,
And as it is too strong, it numbs your tongue.
okay,
So you put the salt and then squeeze the lime
the line.
to bring your tongue back to life.
Okay,
Then you get another shot and the whole cycle repeats.
okay, I'm not sure how many times I'll repeat that, but let me,
And
At least
let it
3
be
times,
fast.
Christian, because you need to do 4 shots, 1 for each of the ontologies.
Right, that's correct. That would be the liturgy. Okay, now that we're talking about religion. But the other thing is at spring breaks in Cancun, when all the young kids from US come to party at spring break, rather than putting the salt here, for girls, you put it here. Okay. And so another party starts.
Right.
Yeah, they say that
Because when I do tequila, I take the shot glass and I take little sips out of it, and you
Yes.
can actually taste the plant, you can smell the plant.
Yes.
And doing a shot, you like lose it all. So you can actually take a shot glass and sip it in different grades of tequila, especially the expensive ones. And I'm sure you've done the same thing. You can actually it's this
You
great
sip it.
aroma and taste and just sipping it. And sometimes I see people doing that with their shot and go, what a horrible waste.
No, it's sipping, but between sips, you have salt and lime. And also you drink it at midday. You never do it at night.
Why not?
It's a midday drink before the big lunch.
Okay.
Just sorry to on a point of order. We said we were going to maybe write a blog post or something when we reach this point.
Mm.
Yes.
Shall we?
So that I guess,
Is nowish.
yeah, we should.
Yes. Yes. And we should do it and then have the Linux Foundation help us.
Yes.
You know, with all that, with all the
Where would it go?
publicity,
Where would the
the
blog
blog and all. But yeah, we should.
Yeah, I mean, we
write
should.
the blog. We should write the
Well, we
blog,
should.
and I would suggest we should.
Yeah, I mean, I think we
also-
should update our wiki.
Yes,
Yes.
update the wiki, and if we can do a simple flyer, so that we can promote it in networks. Okay, with LinkedIn and whatever networks, with the blog and the flyer
Mm.
and the wiki.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but that goes out only when it appears in
I
W3
think it would
ID.
be a good thing if we can post to LinkedIn as well. Like,
Yes.
Yeah. all right.
Okay, but all of it, the release of that is once we
What?
appear
It's not
on-
W3 ID.
Excuse me?
Damn.
Now I say once we appear in W3 ID, then we can.
Oh, what? One.
Yeah.
Yes. Once we appear on W3.
No, it's still a 404. Anyway, okay, but let's hope that happens sooner. They look like they're fast. You know, they have a fast reaction time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. For 2026, I don't want to get too far ahead of 26, but we are looking at a small project to probably written in Python to use the ontology and demonstrate in a running program how it would do associate all the different data streams that come in that are associated with carbon accounting. All the scope calculations,
That would be really sweet.
how you're storing the data in a relational database versus the blockchain, and you would show how that ontology drives that. And so it would be a live program that you could show people. But we haven't sorted that out yet. We're waiting to find out our 2026 budget. This year was 0. I'm assuming next year it's also 0. Well, it's not negative.
Yeah, well.
That's something we're looking at next year.
That would be really nice. All right, Christian, can we get 5-6 minutes back to celebrate?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Keep well.
Bye.
A big Mexican hug.
Thanks. I'll
Big
report back
hug.
on that.
Yeah,
if you
I thought so.
know.